For a treat, ladies and gentlemen. If you miss game 1, game 2 is going to be just as exciting as we have BJK going up against FUT Chaos in game number 2 of this best of 3 series. Will BJK take this sweep cleanly and continue on the streak of 2-0 victories, or will FUT Chaos be able to break the curse and force us into a game number 3?
Yes, it's all to play for in this match. But for those new joining straight into the last match of the day, which would be quite a sore thing to miss, because it's been a fantastic day in terms of matches, a few stumps, but this one is definitely a great way to close off the day. But just rest assured, group stages, nobody gets knocked out, but the top players do get to choose their opponent of choice going through to the knockouts, which would be where your favorite team may potentially get knocked out in a best of 5. But it's a long way till then. We're only in the second day. There's plenty to be played for in this current best of 3 between BJK and FUT Chaos. But currently we're seeing a little bit of a different rotation once again. We see that Sunbin has definitely gone down to the bot lane to support Marco Polo. Once again, he is definitely not the greatest of farm lanes early on. He definitely needs that little bit of support. Whereas Dunn can definitely go head-to-head up in the clash lane against Mulan. He's just got to make sure he does not allow her to get fed and stomp, and make sure your macro is on point, because we've seen so many Mulan players just absolutely destroy in terms of their macro. They are pushing these lanes whilst the other team are completely forgetting about it, which is a mistake I can't imagine BJK making.
Actually, they definitely are very familiar with the movements that you require across the map, as well as being able to shut down the Mulan in bad scenarios. So BJK wants to put up pressure on the top lane, not allowing Mulan to have a great start, which is going to be tantamount for them to keep up the aggression. But they do have Atix rotating up top, making sure that his teammate is safe, knowing that they don't have to take these early fights. They just have to drag out the game long enough for the Lady Sun to be active, and for the team fight to really pop off.
Yep, Snape with the snipes in the mid lane, actually getting quite a few of them onto Rekna. Is taking quite a bit of damage that he doesn't necessarily need to take. But again, Gambo is one of these heroes that is hard to dodge, especially with the convecting lines. It starts off and then it goes, crosses over, and you think, I've dodged it. It's like, I've just got an arrow in my back. Thank you very much, Ganamo there. So yeah, Snape playing that hero quite well in terms of trading long-range blows here. We've got a bit of a rotation down from the mid lane. Rekna is already there because he's cleaned his minion wave, waiting for that to come up, because if he did not, he would be wasting a lot of precious time and potential ganks for his team. But BJK Liz got to be careful here with Dong Huang and Ganamo in this mid lane, now joined with Lam, and we've seen not quite, I don't think we've seen Lost on the Lam yet. It's been Jing, and I forgot who his second champion was, second hero was yesterday.
Kaiser, I think?
Potentially, yeah.
But no, bit of a skirmish in the bottom lane. Rekna able to get the last hit on one of the jungle creeps. Not the end of the world, not the biggest of trades there, as we head into a stalemate of the early game. This is playing exactly to what FUT Chaos wants. A slow early game, no kills, no towers, and then when we get to the mid and late game, that's when, you know, these heroes really start to shine.
Yeah, you can almost feel the pressure from BJK that they want the push. They want them to fight them early game because they know that they could easily have the early game advantage. But FUT Chaos are like, nah, we're going to leave you to stew in your own mental mess right now because we want to play for the late game. We just want to farm up, and then we know that we are going to be better than you coming into the late game with the likes of the Gambo and Lady Sun coming through and shining when she builds those big items, those big damage items on the heart of the farm lane. But here we go, Tyrant is up, so we could potentially see a first blood here. Rekna being closed down by Dong Huang there, but not quite doing a lot of damage, because if his team did just a a little bit more damage. They could have been an even trade there between the two, which would have been as effective as a first blood for themselves. Lady Sun taking a lot of damage, but was aided by the second ability of Dong Huang.
It was still able to secure the first Tyrant of the game, giving them a little bit of an advantage if they want to look for these fights. But Ragnar, taking a lot of damage there.
Being very cheeky.
Oh, really close there, but he's able to get at least one jungle creep and be able to back off there. The Dong Huang counter looking very, very scary for Ragnar. He has to play around that, knowing that if he just gets locked down and bursted, especially later on to the game, he's going to be very ineffective. And he has to build his items accordingly to prevent that from happening.
Yes, we can see that FUT Chaos are looking to start the Overlord and going to close it down there. So it's a 50-50 split there for the 4-minute mark of the jungle, but State looking pretty low. Ragnar getting the first blood. He knew that both of those teammates were up at the Overlord, but that's not going to be it. Lost goes in for a 2 kills there, but it goes over to Mulan, and we see Marco trade with the Dong Huang just because of the suppression, and his team putting too much damage onto the Marco Polo, trading that 1-for-1. But Chaos showing them that, hey, you may get the first blood, but we're going to rotate around like true troopers and claim our fallen brothers' victories there. And rightfully so, 2-3 to FUT Chaos.
Yep, good early game here from FUT. They're not losing too much across the map. All the towers are still up. They're lead pushing, they're taking these fights, and they're winning these fights. That bodes really well for the late game. Lost, if he knocked him back in towards Ryuga, who does have his ultimate, that might have been a kill on towards Ragnar, and maybe a bit worried that the damage would not be enough. That's why they didn't really commit to the ultimate coming from the Dong Huang to be able to lock him down. So FUT just posturing towards the mid lane, gets spotted out there by the Sun Bin, and that is going to sound the retreat for the side of FUT, not really want to over-engage him.
Yeah, I feel like they're trying to correct the mistakes of that first game because they really left open that mid lane quite often and resulted in them losing the mid lane first. But BJK Liz taking a lot of damage there from the Mulan, re-engaging. I think that was a little bit risky, but beats the Dong Huang's second ability. So the Dong Huang needs to build up those orbs around her for her to have that maximum potential, and that stun and that damage from that second ability to come through and try and suppress and CC one of the enemy champions. But definitely a well baited move there by Dun.
Definitely didn't result in any kills, but speaking of kills,
okay.
Snipes off E2JJ, meanwhile in the top lane, Attic's in a lot of trouble. He's gonna fall towards the Mulan. Pei is really starting to lose out in gas. He is trying to do his best, but gets suppressed there by the Dong Huang, and Lost will be able to get the kill on him. Meanwhile, Ragnar is in this fight. He's looking for more, trying to keep chasing on towards Lost. Lost might just fall here, trying to fight back. Oh, goes for the backline, tries to escape, but Sun Bin will be there to finish him off. Now we're in a lot of trouble. The Ragnar is able to get the kill on him, but not before he does fall as well. 4-4-4 trade across the map. 4-4-3 trade across the map, and looking like a pretty even trade, but FUT Chaos definitely reaped the rewards from all of that.
Absolutely, because they not only got those trades, taken those blows on the chin, they are able to take the first tier turret in the clash lane as well, which is more so important, opening up the endless banquet for a lamb to be open up to, and being given is a gift by his teammates. But what a well-played team fight there. There was a lot of trades, a lot of hits on the chin, but both of the teams coming out and brawling. But then obviously, as we said originally, FUT Chaos taking the overall advantage there. But this may lead to BJK getting another Tyrant, wiping and running down the Tyrant so fast. But I feel like the Pei pick here is definitely a little bit undermined. It's not quite activated yet. It's not quite doing the function I feel like they thought it would do.
Definitely not as aggressive as they would like. Oh, mid lane is a lot of trouble. They instantly blow up Liz with the damage coming from the gun and more, and the suppress from the Dong Huang. That's going to set things up here for the side of BJK to be able to get the top Overlord as well. maybe even steal this blue. Oh, that kidnaps the stage golem and gets it with the smite. Lost, cheeky play there, but gets the reaps the rewards of making that play.
Absolute denial there, using the ult to push the Sage Golem out of the way. That was a very nice play there by Lost. You can really tell that he knows how these timers work, how the recall back onto the camp works there, because that was beautifully wiped out just enough time before it started to recall and recharge, which would have been a great upset and a complete misplay for that, because it could have caused a lot more harm than good. However, we do see that BJK managed to open up the side part of the farm lane, and Duong Huang goes down there as a 1-1 trade, locking down Rekna as well. So this Duong Huang is definitely being used as a 1-1 trade, just taking out these huge damage heroes on the side of BJK, and they've opened up the mid lane as well. That is a big uh-oh for BJK.
2,000 lead right now for a lineup who's supposed to be better in the late game. That's not going to bode well here for the side of BJK, because we're talking about FUT and their lineup. They are pretty late game oriented, and they are playing the early game very well, which means that their late game is going to be even better. Marco Polo, not sure what items he has at the moment. I'm not sure if he's fully kitted out yet, but he's gonna fall to Vord, who's able to kill him off.
Yeah, no, I think it's safe to say that so far this is definitely going to go for a 3-game banger, but down goes Void there. So seeing Dao Chan actually been able to take down Mulan there with the help of Sunbin was really helpful for BJK, but they are going to lose the Overlord there. So Overlord does go down, but they're looking to take the Tyrant for themselves as well. So double help. Oh!
What was
crucial theft? That was a crucial theft from Sunbin.
Sunbin with the ultimate getting the last hit on towards the Tyrant. That is absolutely huge for the side of BJK. Definitely unexpected there for both teams, in fact. And they might try and capitalize on this. Rekna does pop the ultimate. Ruga trying to find his target, but not able to find anyone in time. Looks like BJK will back off for the moment after taking a lot of damage for the Gun and Mo.
Yeah, I think that was a bit of a saving grace there, taking the Tyrant, because if FUT Chaos managed to get that and have this Shadow Vanguard push right now, Duong Huang going straight in onto Rekna. They are making a statement piece out of Rekna, but Lam is trying to go in to pick up some kills. Sunbin takes down Duong Huang, and then Snape has his way with Urian. And double kill for E2JJ, so getting some kills on the board finally and making use of this Marco Polo.
Marco Polo is almost at his full potential now, almost completing the Daybreaker. So that's going to allow him to reach the attack speed cap that he needs to be able to utilize that hero to his fullest. Unfortunately, he did fall up towards the top lane, so that allows FUT to be able to continue pressuring across the map. But they're almost there. For the side of BJK, they just have to hold on for a little bit longer.
Yes, yes. I mean, that was a much better team fight for themselves there. Really, I think that they've gotten to the point where they know that Rekna is going to be the scapegoat for the Duong Huang suppression, so they're just trying to make use out of that and get that champion out of the team fights early, but also try the best to save Rekna as best as possible while running down Duong Huang, but it's pretty much a near impossible task unless you can re-control the damage here. But something going in with that damage over time there. We see Rekna going in. There's that Duong Huang going for the suppression, but Rekna's still alive. They take down Duong Huang there, thanks to Sunbin, but it is a double kill there from Lost. Is this going to be enough to take down Lost? No, because he still manages to stay alive from that burn damage from Sunbin. But Pei taking down Mulan is currently a 2-3 trade by BJK. They've taken 3 kills to 2, and it's just Lost looking pretty low in terms of health, and Snape is warding off and making sure that his teammate can recall safely.
14 minutes in, 1,000 goals separates both these teams at the moment. The kills aren't that far apart as well. So things are looking dicey.
Yeah, the only thing for BJK is that they need to really push these turrets. The macro needs to be increased here, because once it gets this late game and you're losing fights, and then if you manage even to claim a great team fight but lose, say, 3 of your team, it's going to be hard for them to make a clear, precise push for themselves. But we see a little bit of a attempt effect here on the Shadow Tyrant. We got BJK at least trying to keep them off from them, but no, Lamp comes through with the smite, and crucial kill theft has been repaid right there by FUT Chaos.
Yeah, but they managed to at least not give it for free here. Void dropping down very low, but a suppression on towards the Marco Polo, giving him down. They managed to bring down the Dong Huang, but at what cost? They do lose the pace. Oh, but the Marco Polo towards the back lines gets the kill on towards the Lady Sun. He does pay with his life, but that should stall out the game long enough for everyone else to respawn, and that was BJK a little bit out of position, losing the pay really quickly without him being able to contribute to the fight in any better way.
Yeah, they really tried to improve the macro there with the Marco Polo taking 2 of the turrets up into the flash lane, but at what cost has that done? Especially taking out a majority of their damage dealers, so if there is any sort of conflict going on, you know for a fact the Gammo and the Lamb are just going to be able to just deal the damage whilst Mulan takes the damage. But luckily enough for BJK, they do not lose a high grade turret, whilst their team is now all off the cooldown of the death respawn. It is getting into that shaky ground now towards the late game. Mulan sitting in this bush. BJK not aware of that with Gambo in the mid lane as well. We could be potentially looking at a pincer movement from the side of FUT Chaos as they're looking to take the Overlord right now. Oh, Mulan actually does get caught out thanks to Marco Polo's misfire, but FUT Chaos take the Shadow Overlord again, applying more pressure against BJK's push potential.
Yeah, not the best position to be in right now. You definitely would have wanted to contest there, but putting the Mulano in the bushes and being spotted out there on hindsight was a great move there from the side of FUT Chaos, able to stall, just distract the opponents from letting them know that you're attacking the Overlord, and that allowed them to get that additional map pressure across the map. And right now BJK has to defend with their lives all these tier 3 towers.
Yep, here comes the Shadow Vanguard and the little Vanguards right now. Rekna trying to go in to do a lot of damage onto Dong Huang, as forced Ganmo away, and Dong Huang's ultimate has now been relinquished, so no use of that ultimate as of yet. It is on cooldown until the next engage, so I feel like FUT Chaos have to wait until that point there. Stun onto BJK Liz there as well. Vanguard's looking for a push. I don't feel like any of the high grade choices may fall here, but I may be wrong. It's looking like the Clash Lane is going to go down thanks to Mulan. Mulan is looking pretty low. Goes down as well. That is a 1-0 trade for BJK. Nicely goes over to Liz. Rekna overstepping there, going in, doing a lot of damage onto the Ganmo, but manages to recall as well. But still on the side of FUT Chaos, they hold on to that first hit turret in the mid lane. It's going to be hard for BJK to do anything until they run down more lanes.
They need one good fight here for the side of BJK to get a firm grasp on this game. The next Tyrant is about to spawn in a couple of seconds or so. So that's why we see BJK poised towards the bottom side. Rekna trying to go for a kill on towards Snape. Snape does have the invulnerability and will be popping just in time not to take too much damage from Rekna, but everybody from the side of BJK are rotating in Sumbin in position for a good ultimate, but will decide to back off and take the Tyrant before taking any fights.
Absolutely, we saw that pressure come through, but also the invincibility there, which was really helpful for Rekna to stay alive and help his teammates clear up the Tyrant. But a lot of damage being put onto Dong Huang and Lady Sun, forcing the recall here. So this could be the point where we could see the first hit turret finally get taken down in the mid lane, whilst we see Marco Polo clean up the side lane as well. There's a split push potential looking to brew up there by Lamb and force pay out of that mid lane. Ganmo actually wiping out the minions, so still no mid lane turret can take him.
Yeah, that's the problem with pushing into a gun mode as well as the Dongguang. They have so much wave clear at a safe distance that most of the time your creeps won't be able to reach there in time. You have to kill somebody off before you make those engagements. But now we're playing very aggressively towards the back. Marco Polo goes straight and gets the kill, but then gets brought down there by the Mulan. Mulan doing too much damage at the moment. Atix looking for more though. He wants to get a kill, and there goes Void on the Mulan. He's gonna fall down. Atix towards the back line, gets a kill. He's trying to fight back, does have the Savior Sanctuary and will stay alive for the moment. Rekna and Atix, two last members on the side of BJK still left standing. Void is Snape and Lost. Lost not really healthy at the moment, and they finally will bring down the tier 1 tower into the mid lane.
Yeah, that was a huge bait there by Snape, procting the resurrection there from the almost defeat by Pai coming in, and then Lamb just coming in to wipe out 2 out of the 4 of BJK, which is in true Lamb fashion. The only way that it is played is absolutely dominating and staying around, being patient and striking at that precise moment, and that really showed it there. The Tempest Dragon has now arrived. It is all riding on this camp in the jungle and the next team fight. So will this end the same way as Star Wars Esports and A7, where we saw a big push for the Tempest Dragon, but then turned around by the not so dominant team right now, which, looking at it, is going to be BJK. They are down by 3 kills, they are down by 2k gold, but they still have much potential. It just depends on how they navigate this fight.
Yeah, 3,000 gold difference at this point of the game is basically nothing, and it's all going to come down to whoever thinks these fights better. E2JJ looking for an opening. The Tempest Dragon not really healthy, only 20,000 health left. They bring down Rekna with the Donghuang suppressed, and they're going to go for more. Oh no, that's going to be the death of the Marco Polo. They're going to get the kill, and that's going to be a double kill there for Vor. E2JJ does fall. Lamb Witcher through the backline gets the kill, and he's able to survive. Liz surviving for very long, but too much damage coming from the lineup on the side of FUT, and it's going to be left all down to this Sun Bin to try and defend their base, and he's not going to get too much done as he's going to fall. Silver lining right now, the creep wave is pretty far behind, and they might not be able to end the game in time, so BJK might have one more fight left.
Now 10 seconds until minion gets the crystal. I feel like it's just going to spawn as Rekna comes through there, looking for the stun from Dongguang, but there's too much damage onto the crystal, and we finally get a first best of 3.